Lions Den. Welcome. You are not new to what's going on. We 5 days away from the 800 bar, which means you should have already pre-saved it 60 days ago when it was sent to the distributor. You should have already been did it. But if you haven't, go ahead and pre-save it. Okay? Listen, Lions, listen! Today was a good day. Today was a good day. It was different though. It was different. I had some things I had to handle earlier today, so that's why I came on here. Came on here a little bit later. But yeah, so I want to talk to you about something very important. We may be on here for a while. We may not be. Just depends. Give me 1 second. My boy Jacoby. What's up, Jacoby? Jacoby, I did not kick you out of the Lions game group chat. Okay, I saw your text message. I'm making a new one in the top of the year. We add more people to it. I did text you on Instagram, but it said that you cannot, that you don't accept new message requests. So I do want to talk to y'all about something very, very important. And we waiting, talking to you and everybody else is gonna come through. And most of the time, the way it works is that even if the live numbers jump or go up or go down, the people still tune in later on. So that's all that really matters. So I really just want to talk to y'all about some things. I'm doing good, Jacoby. How you doing? How you doing? I want to talk to y'all about some things that uh, that I'm just going through right now. That I'm really going through. So I told y'all a while ago how somebody told me they said that I was faking straight. Okay, they said which means I'm like cosplaying as a straight man. So I feel the need to really come on here. That's really Jacoby. Just got up the word. You just got up a word, Jacoby. It's about 5 o'clock. I know most people get up around 5. Um, so yeah, people were saying that I was cosplaying. You know, okay, a straight man, which I wasn't. I've never cosplayed a straight man. Well, let me not lie, because it was a time in my life where I was BL. But that's been a long time ago. Like I was BL as a kid. From about 19. I'm a grown man now. I'm 24 years old. Um, so I'm 24 years old. So I was a grown man. So I would even call that BL. I was a black kid who was not. We don't get black men don't get the chance to express their sexuality as freely as any other person on this earth. What's up, Oliver? So they were saying I was fake straight. They were saying I was fake and straight. Now, mind you, I had to clear it up and say I've never faked straight. I never faked straight. All right. Actually, quite frankly, I did not have sex with a woman when I was BL. I didn't. Why? Because when I was BL, I was fat. When I was fat, I ain't have sex with no woman. I just didn't do it. When I got skinny, it just so happened around the same time I got comfortable with myself. So every woman that I have been with knew about me. So I've never had sex with a woman BL. So faking straight was never me. Faking straight was never me. I've learned it like it's easier to just sit up here and say that you're gay because most people don't accept like bisexuality as a sexuality and everything like that. So you just cop out and say you're gay. But the whole time it's like I love who love me, and if a woman did really want to be with me and be like, we could really take it there. We could really do the big one. I just want her to know like love and accept me for me. So, but with that being said, I feel as though people thought they were saying I was faking straight because of how I come off. Like in real life, like I told you, I look like a hood nigga, so like, but like not like a trade or a butch. I look like a hood nigga. Like when people think like, oh, like so you would think I am straight. I guess that's why, but I feel as though it's only because it's people only portray being gay as one way. Like they only portray it as like, girl, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but they don't portray it as masculine men or how some men really truly are. I feel as though that's why the allegations did come that I was faking straight because of just how like just how I guess my masculinity or whatever. But that has never ever been the case. It was a time like I said it was a time when I was BL, but I never faked straight. All right, and listen, I'm not trying to. When I say stuff like this, I don't give a damn about convincing nobody to come out. I don't care about all that. Do you live your life? I just know for me and my story, what I did and how it worked out for me. The women that I dealt with, they knew about it because I told them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just flat out work. Actually, if I'm being real, we became friends, and then like we just went into it like this. Blah 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 blah. So like they already knew. So it's nothing. So that's it. So I want to really talk about how And if you're not in this situation, you won't understand. But black men are not given the room to express themselves sexually and freely at all, versus no other person on this earth. It don't matter if you're a black woman or white. It don't matter. Black men are not given the room to express themselves sexually. So we grow up with this whole over hyper masculinity thing. Luckily, me, I can fall victim to it. I'm like, like I'm naturally masculine, so I don't feel the need to or like over hype myself up. But we fall victim to this over masculinity thing where we're forced to be rigid, not show our emotions. Even to the point growing up that if you are a black man crying, it's considered gay. You know, uh, you want to hug your mama when you're a little boy, get that gay ass shit on. Like everything is gay. When you're a black young man, everything is gay, and it's in the way your society ridicules you for that is even more so. So I'm thinking earlier today, I'm like, dang, if I was male, like how would I live my life? Like how would I do it? And I'm not trying to get nobody no tips or nothing, but it's best to just not give a fuck and let the folks know who you are and just move away. Either they're gonna rock with you or they're not. And if they don't rock with you, just move away. You can start all over, live a new life. But I cannot forget that I am like I'm in a different boat for real. I'm in a different boat because I don't live, like the street, shit like that. But I'm not just like overly, where you can clock it or you can tell like off rip this man is, buzzing. But it makes me think about just how black men are not given the room. Even my mama, like when I was in band and stuff like that growing up, she didn't want me playing the flute. She didn't want me playing the clarinet. Those were girl instruments. Like I don't know when instruments started to have genders, but for my mama, the flute and the clarinet was a girl instrument. I wasn't even a woodwind. I didn't even want to play a woodwind. If I wanted to play woodwind, it would have been like saxophone or something. And I'm just giving y'all examples. We talk. Yes, the single finna drop in 5 days. I'm not talking about that right now. I want to have a real talk with my people. We talking about real deal right now. So yeah, so y'all know I was in marching, man. I didn't give a damn about it being a clarinet or whatever my mother did. When it came down to like the color pink and shit, my mama did not play that shit. When it came down to my pants being too tight on my butt, my mama didn't play that shit. Everything was gay to my mama. Everything was gay. So much to the point, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Just look like now that me being a 24-year-old adult, knowing who I am, in and out my sexuality, all this type of stuff. Also, just being so refined and so smart. You know when a child is gonna be a little by the age when they look. So you know when a kid is gonna be a little sweet or gay or whatever, just when they're a little child. You already know. Kids are already who they are. So the fact of the matter, they're growing up, and I know it wasn't just me, or like even how my uncle would put me in headlocks and stuff growing up. It's just like the black community, we are forced to be hard. We are forced. Black men are forced to be tough. We cannot have a weak moment. We cannot fall by the wayside. We cannot have a shoulder to cry on. Don't shed a tear. Don't shed a tear. And if you don't understand it, maybe you're just not a queer black man or just a black man period. Because when it comes to being a black man, no matter if you're gay, straight, or bi, or whoever you are, black man, we all go through it. We all go through it. At the end of the day, it's just when you add different elements on top of that, it gets worse or less. You get it? You know what I'm saying? So the same thing that other races of people do to us is what we do to our own people. So like what race white people do to black people, that's what black people do to gay black people. You get what I'm saying? So like it's just exiling, it's just exiling everything on right on now. I feel the need to say that we do need to make room, and y'all should know this already, because that's why so many black men walk around here shooting every goddamn body, they chest so tight, every nigga think they hard, every nigga can beat everybody up. That's because of just what we was raised in, the conditions that we were raised in. Black men, we are raised in a condition where we have to be tough. And if you want me to be real, not to be too technological and all that, that shit stems back from 400 years ago when they came to snatch our ass above our country. So that's, it's kind of embedded within us. But we have to wake up. Listen, everybody has to tap into their softness. We all are made of duality. We all have to, we got to. Because when you're going to walk around and something like, who is this? Like, he's really doing too much. Like, even some women, when they deal with men, they be like, oh, this man's a cornball. Like, because of that over masculinity, that over inflation of the chest. You ain't got to do all that. Just calm it down, relax. And then when we act, and I'm just going a little bit deeper, I'm just talking about myself. That's why some black men, that's why they choose to be DL, because we aren't giving room, like, we aren't giving room to, like what we like. That's why some black men, when they're weird or different or whatever, that's why some black men, they white women, because black women want to give them a chance because, oh, he's weird, he gotta be gay. Like black people, everything is gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everything is equated to gay. So it's just like, yeah, so you have a lot of black men who may be just really bisexual or curious or whatever. And listen, when people say stuff like that, people be like, oh, let me be like, why is it not okay for black men to do what he want to do when everybody else can do it? Why is it not okay for a black man to be curious about the same gender when everybody else can do it? That lets me know y'all want black men to be in this tough, hard ass, do ass box. What y'all got, jungle fever? You got jungle fever? Oh, okay. I just want to check and see because I don't get it. Every other person on the earth is allowed to be themselves, and I feel like it's, let me just tie back into. I feel like another thing people have a problem with, like, this ain't even my conversation. I ain't wanted that, but people have a problem with femininity. Like, so it's, I guess, like I don't damn know, but it's just weird shit, and I know it affects me. I know it affects me because I'm in the box. I'm in that category. Like, I'm a black man. I'm masculine and stuff. It's like people, you know, you gotta really wake up for real, for real. You gotta you gotta really wake up because the allegations of me faking straight is crazy. I'm thinking like, wow, faking straight, but they all just tie back into black men not being allowed to be themselves. Period. No, 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 no. It's not. It's not the fact that black men are not allowed to be themselves. We are allowed to be ourselves. The problem is black men are not allowed to sexually express themselves. So let me clear that up because we can be ourselves. They love when we be ourselves. But it's just that when it comes to sexuality terms, we have to be more rigid. Meanwhile, everybody else can be every other thing. So it's like, ooh, and it's like people don't want to hear about that conversation. They feel as though we should. People don't want to hear about it. That's the point. But they're gonna hear about it because it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. So it's like, yeah, there's not one way to be. There's not one way to be gay. And another thing I want to say, sometimes because of the way stuff is set up, everybody wants to apply heterosexual stuff to gay stuff. All right, look, we all are messed up. We cannot apply a heterosexual way of life to a gay life because it's not how it works. It's not how it works. It ain't no man and woman. It ain't no none of that, none of that. You know what it is. Stop playing like that. So we gotta wake up. We gotta stop applying. We gotta stop applying heterosexual terminology, lifestyle to it don't work like that. And we also gotta realize that masculine gay men, because listen, another thing, in the community, they feel like everybody's a, and I hate this new word, but they feel like everybody's a punk. They feel like nobody is actually masculine for real. They feel like nobody's actually masculine, and everybody is cosplaying fake and hyper masculinity, which that could be. I'm one of the ones who went because I'm just myself. But the reason why we are, even if you are gay or straight, like giving off this hyper masculinity is because of the fact black men are not allowed to be them sexual selves freely. All right. So yeah. So yeah. So to all the every race that can be themselves in positions, be glad and grateful. Be glad and grateful because all you have to do is be born a little bit darker and you'll be persecuted by your own community for believing you. I'm not one of the ones that's persecuted because I personally don't give a fuck, but I must speak up for the people who are. Y'all know that's what I do. I must. Like I was telling y'all like a couple of days ago, as far as just how skin complexion affects me, and I'm mocha. I can't imagine what it does to the ones that are darker than me. So I must speak on it. A lot of times people don't want to speak on stuff because they know. Let the folks know. Let the folks know. So with that being said, like, I love y'all. Today's been a great. Y'all just been able to come on and tap in, which I've been not appreciate it. Look, but I'll go ahead and appreciate it. All right, appreciate it. We're 5 days away. Listen, I just have to let y'all know that I may come in here in a minute, but be you, bro. I know you may not just do it on your terms whenever you're ready and how you want to do it. But just be you. And listen, another thing. One last thing I want to say. I don't know where in the whole rule book, gay people or bisexual, whoever you are, had to say, "Hey, I'm bi." I don't know when we had to say that when straight folks don't say, "Hey, I'm straight." I don't know why it has to be an announcement. So for the person who's saying I was out on here faking straight, I don't know what I need to tell you my sexual business anyway, as if I was fucking you. But thank you, thank you. All right, I love you, man. I'm going to fly now. See y'all very, very soon.